fill in every single one of those and reprint this for tomorrow night.
Good evening, and welcome to Game 2 of the Intercity Baseball League Championship Series between the Lexington Blue Sox and the Lexington Bulldogs. Lexington Blue Sox lead the series 1-0. Please rise, if able, for the playing of our national anthem.
Back like I never left. You will never get rid of me. From Morelli Field at Melrose High School in Melrose, Mass. is Lexington Blue Sox Baseball and the Intercity League Championship Series here on LSP. Game 2 of this best-of-5 finals with the number 1 seed Lexington Blue Sox leading the number 3 seed Lexington Bulldogs 1-0. Tim Lynch is on PA. You know who I am already. And on color, it's the wife, Katrina Good.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, the surgery went well. A little more extensive than I guess we initially anticipated, and that's the blessing and the curse of the prescription I took for my sarcoma working just that well. But Blue Sox, sorry, no film, but it's in the books that they came away with an 8-7 victory in extra innings in Game 1 on Friday night.
On the mound for the Bulldogs, number 48, Bobby Schaefer.
And the Blue Sox, if they're going to take a commanding 2-0 lead in this series, they have the toughest of tasks to do so. They will be facing Coley Schaefer, who's a rising sophomore at Villanova and was the best pitcher by a mile in the ICL this year. Led the league in ERA at .45, wins at 5 outright. No other pitcher tied him. He also had a league best whip at .806, which is the only qualifying rate below 1 in the ICL. .806, allowed just 14 hits and 11 walks in 31 innings. However, Mr. Schaefer hasn't pitched against the Blue Sox since the Blue Sox opening night. He went an inning, did not allow a hit, a run, or a walk, and struck out 1. The Bulldogs ended up winning that game, but it's going to take more than 1 inning out of Coley Schaefer for the Blue Sox to come away with the dub tonight, as he has been lights out since, hasn't lost obviously at all since. Had 6 appearances since that 1 inning against the Blue Sox. Got wins in 5 of them, a no decision the other one, July 8th against ADSL. 2 hits, 1 unearned run with 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. And then against the Mad Dogs on August 11th in his playoff debut, got the win in 6 innings of work, allowed just 1 hit and no runs, but walked 7. That is the only real black mark you could put on Schaefer's season so far.
Now batting, number 4, Brendan Jones.
Jonesy's going to lead things off against Schaefer. Blue Sox in blue, Bulldogs in white. First pitch coming at you, 8 o'clock on the dot in there. Strike one, we're underway. Blue Sox won game one of the finals 8-7. On Friday night, they led 7-2 with 3 outs to get. And a grand slam as part of a 5-run top of the 7th kept the Bulldogs in it. Eventually, Will Norris scored the game-winning run on a RBI single by Brian Acosta after Norris had actually gotten into scoring position on a passed ball. 2-1 is the count to Brendan Jones.
Seems like the right choice for the Bulldogs to try to have some momentum in this series.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to, like, quote-unquote, save Schaefer for being down 0-2. Playoff series are largely about momentum. On a couple hops to second and on to first. Jonesy is retired for out number 1.
Now batting, number 9, Jake McElroy.
Jones was 3 for 8 before that with 1 RBI and 2 walks in 3 postseason games. Here's McElroy, 2 for 8 with 3 runs, 1 double, no ribbies, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts in his 2 appearances, which were game 2 against the Americans and game 1 against the Bulldogs. He strokes this one the opposite way into right field, backpedaling and caught, however, for out number 2. So here comes Eric Ramirez. Let's just make sure. Is this Ramirez or is this Lisco? Is that Eric? I'm trying to make sure I got this right. Yeah, that's Eric.
Now batting, number 34, Eric Ramirez.
People like to share jersey numbers, folks.
Yeah. Eric started the year wearing 17 and doubled up to Big Poppy status, 34, and he comes up empty there. Strike one. I haven't gotten the full Blue Sox lineup yet, to tell you the truth, though, because I got the Bulldogs lineup ready to go. But Ramirez, just 1 for 5 in 2 games so far with a RBI and a walk. Does have 2 steals. Smacks this one to the left side. Nice handle at third base. And on to first for the out that retires the side. The former Blue Sox, Brett Stone, robbing his opposite number of a base hit. We go to the bottom of the first. Blue Sox nothing. Bulldogs coming up. LSP and Shipping Shield are partners in cards. Shipping Shields are the eco-friendly sports and gaming card shipping protectors trusted by yours truly. Made in the U.S. and Canada on 100% recyclable cardboard. Use the code and links on the screen or in the description for a discount on your order. We may receive a commission from those orders, but we thank you for your continued support of whatever this is. As we go to the bottom of the first, Matt Draper takes the mound for the second time this postseason. Third time this postseason, rather. 2 appearances, 1-0 with a 1.24 ERA in 5 2/3 innings. 2 hits, 1 earned run, walked 1, struck out 7, and surrendered 1 home run. I'll let you guess where that home run came from. That was the grand slam that kept the Bulldogs in it in the 7th inning on Friday night in Game 1. Winning in 2/3, one of those runs charged to him, one of those 5 runs in the 7th charged to him. 1 hit, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. Coming off 4 innings against Melrose on the 12th. 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, and 3 Ks. So Ian Bourne is going to lead things off here in the bottom of the first for the Lexington Bulldogs.
Now batting the extra hitter, Ian Bourne.
That's an interesting choice to have the extra hitter lead off.
Draper will be caught tonight by Luke Maltasea, another Division I product on the Blue Sox roster. Maltasea goes to George Washington, the George Washington University. And Draper misses for ball one. 1-0 is the count after Jonesy grounded out to second. McElroy flew out to right, and Ramirez grounded out to third for a 1-2-3 top of the first for Coley Schaefer. Now it's 1-1 to Ian Bourne.
A large Bulldogs contingency around here tonight. I wonder if that has anything to do with Coley Schaefer being on the mound.
Runs inside, nearly got Mr. Bourne, and it is 2-1. Ian's playing just his second game of the postseason. He played in game one against the Mad Dogs and went 1 for 2 with a couple of runs and 2 walks. Draper delivers the 2-1, and that's on the outer edge for strike 2 to even the count at 2. Give you the full lineups for both teams in short order, folks. Meanwhile, the 2-2 from Draper fouled off. Since we're in the bottom of the first, we can give you the Bulldogs lineup now. It's going to be Ian Bourne leading off as the extra hitter, followed by Jaden Vellis at second, Brett Stone at third, Matt Favazzo at short, Nick Favazzo in center, Shane Costello in left, Vince Libretto, the DH, John Nordman at first, Jay Voika behind the plate, and Mike Siebert rounding out the 10-man lineup in right field. All right, we're still at 2-2 here as Bourne is able to spoil that one, keep this AB alive. No, thank you, Chuck Andre. Outside corner did not get it. 3-2. Looking like a pretty good spot, similar to the spot where strike 2 was called. Do you dare go back there? Because if you're the hitter, are you thinking back and forth on that spot? Draper, do you try it? And I'll get him to ground to second here and on to first. 1 up, 1 down. So no drama through the strike zone in the first batter of the game.
Now batting the second baseman, Jaden Louise.
Here's Jaden Vellis. Well, tomato, Burgess, Bourgeois. On a hop to Ramirez, who fires a seed. Now we can save that debate for another time. 2 down. And now here's Stoney.
Now batting the third baseman, Brett Stone.
So the Bulldogs had arguably the best pitcher in the ICL this year, and they also had arguably the best hitter. Stone finished second in the regular season, batting average at .438, led the ICL in OPS at .1275. Gets a hold of the first one, but was out in front. It is 0-1. He was third in the ICL in RBIs with 22 behind Nick Anderson of the Blue Sox and Luke Mealy of the Malden Mad Dogs. Swing and a miss, and is quickly 0-2. Draper comes set. 0-2. Grounder to the right side, and it kicks off of Jonesy into right field for a 2-out base hit. Jones was shaded just a little bit too far to the second base bag to be able to make a play on that one, and the inning continues.
Do you think there's a divot back there like there is in the infield?
I mean,
the shortstop, Matthew Favazzo.
At that point, that's a combination of both Jonesy diving to, try and get a glove on it and hitting the lip of the outfield grass. And any other course hazards you could think of.
I don't know if you folks can see on the camera angle, but there are several divots in the infield from some sort of setup they had here.
Is it in the infield or is it left center? I was looking at left center first, so like
there's even some right in front of the batter's box. On the grass.
Yeah, those are not the kind of cuts you like to see. That is not a play you like to see either, as everybody is safe. That's a tailor-made ground ball to Atiles for what should have been the last out of the inning. Instead, it's a fielder's choice and an E6 that makes it first and second.
Now batting, the center fielder, Nick Favazzo.
So Matt Favazzo reaches on the fielder's choice and the error. And now here's Nick Favazzo, who has 2 home runs and 9 RBIs in 6 ABs this postseason, looking to continue his torrid streak. Gets it under Ramirez's glove into left for a base hit, but no further advance. So Favazzo continues this hot streak. That's his 4th hit of the postseason, and his first single, in fact. All his 3 other hits were a triple and 2 home runs, including the game-time grand slam. But now it's bases loaded, 2 down out of nowhere, and it's up to Shane Costello to try and cash in.
After the mound visit.
I mean, you really can't fault Jonesy on the dive for the ground ball.
Now batting, the left fielder, Shane Costello.
But that was his only hope of making a play on that one. Then with Atiles, that's a play he makes in his sleep. But not that time. And then Ramirez unable to snare the ground ball to third. And that is in there for strike 1. So it's bases loaded, 2 down here in the bottom of the first. And the Bulldogs looking to send a message early here in Game 2 of this ICL Championship Series. Just missed inside. Hit the outside corner, but couldn't hit the inside corner to the righty. It is 1-1. Costello 3 for 9 with 2 ribbies this postseason. Two and 1. So after Bourne grounded out to second and Velas grounded out to third, Stone reaches on a single. Favazzo reaches on the fielder's choice and error. Matt Favazzo does. Then Nick Favazzo singles to left. And it is now 2-2 with 2 down. And the bases got those dogs in them. Able to hold up. Gentlemen, start your engines. Game off to an entertaining start already. Stone at third, Matt Favazzo at second, Nick Favazzo at first. Payoff pitch forthcoming. Here it is. Fouled off, will do it again. Now, the Blue Sox bullpen imploding the last couple of games. Able to hold the fort enough to come away with wins in Game 2 against the Americans in Game 1. And that is strike 3 called!
Oh, he did not expect that.
No, he did not. He was ready to turn and pitch the bat and take his base and bring home the first run of the ball game. Instead, a called third strike ends the inning, and the Bulldogs, after loading the bases with nobody out and 2 down, with nobody on and 2 down, come up with nothing. And we go to the second, no score. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Sponsor our content for as little as $25 a spot, whether you want to promote a business, product, or event, or send a message of support to a player, team, or a coach. Email yours truly for all the deets. So, as we go to the top of the second, here is the full Blue Sox lineup. It's going to be Brendan Jones leading it off at second, followed by Jake McElroy in center. Eric Ramirez is at third. Julian Alvarez is the DH. Luis Atiles is at short. Anderson Jimenez is the extra hitter. David Vanderzowen is the right fielder. Pat Casserly is at first. Luke Maltasea is behind the plate. And Owen McKiernan rounds out the 10-man lineup in left. So Matt Draper gets out of Dodge with the 2 hits allowed, but no runs. And Schaefer hoping to build on his 1-2-3 from the top of the first.
He's not messing around. He was out there really quickly after the inning was over.
I mean, that's not something exclusive to guys like Chris Wannett. The good pitchers want to, get back to showing off their stuff quickly and help pitch their teams to a win. And there's a massive difference in a best-of-5 series between tied at 1-1 or down 2-0. And now, it's Jules.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Julian Alvarez.
What are his numbers this year, my love?
In the postseason, 3 for 6 with a homer, 2 RBIs, 4 walks, no strikeouts. It's an OPS of 1,700. Down and away for ball 1. It's Alvarez, Atiles, and Jimenez due up here in the top of the second. If anyone gets on, this is Vanderzoun's baby boy. Alvarez thought about it, but I must have the break on that one was super late because he held up. Got the bad news. Chops this one to second. A little bit of a plie there by Jaden Velis, and he handles it for out number 1.
Now batting, the shortstop, Luis Atiles.
So here's Atiles. 3 for 7 with a double, 2 ribbies, and 3 walks this postseason. Through the first 3 games of the playoffs, the Blue Sox have drawn 16 walks. But they've also struck out 21 times. Atiles is ahead, 1-0.
Contributed so much to the Blue Sox since he showed up.
On and off the field. 2-0.
Almost Sway-like vibes.
That wind's coming from inside the press box. That wasn't the AC, was it? Behind the fastball there, and Atiles still ahead in the count, though. 2-1.
We miss you, Sway, if you're watching.
Schaefer only appeared in 2 games this year for Villanova, but this is something the Wildcats might have to look forward to next spring when Big East baseball resumes. Gave up 6 runs and 4 hits in those 2 appearances. Honing his craft here. It's the best the ICL has to offer.
And it looks like he's a good student in the classroom, too, according to that.
Yep, academic honor roll for the Wildcats in the fall semester, and Atiles comes up empty.
Now batting, the extra hitter, Anderson Jimenez.
So it'll be Anderson Jimenez to try and keep the line moving. That's the first strikeout of the night for Schaefer. Schaefer is not a huge strikeout guy. He only struck out 4 in 6 innings against the Mad Dogs in his win in that series. He struck out 37 in 31 innings, which is, respectable, more than a strikeout per inning. But given the numbers that some pitchers in the ICL are capable of, Not quite the same threshold, but there's more than one way to skin a cat and more than one way to win a baseball game. Up the middle. Took the second baseman way off.
Wow.
Way offline. And Jimenez is going to get himself a rinky-dink little 2-out single to keep the line moving.
3 different guys ran by the ball.
Line drive in the box score.
Now batting the right fielder, David Vanderzalen.
So Jimenez perhaps taking advantage of the rough cut of the grass to get on base with the first hit of the night for the Blue Sox, and I don't see what DVZ can do. Schaefer had retired the first 5. Not breaking much of a sweat either. Now Jimenez is aboard. Infield single. Vanderzalen 3 for 8 this postseason. Did not play Friday.
Hello to the Vanderzalens if they're watching.
2-0 is the count to DVZ. Broken bat blooper into shallow center, and another plie by the second baseman Velas for the out that retires the side. Vanderzalen had some tough times against the Bulldogs in the regular season, just 1 for 9 against the Bulldogs, and those woes continue here as the Blue Sox get their first base hit, but their first run will have to wait. $1.50 in the books, still no score. When I say LSP is something for everyone since 2011, I by God mean it. Sports, live events, petsing, walking, tech help, errands, and a whole lot more. Find our Thumbtack page or Linktree LSP37 or email yours truly so we can proceed to give you what you need. As we go to the bottom of the second, and I realize I didn't even update the inning, the top half, whoops. It'll be Libretto, Nordman, and Voika due up.
Now batting the designated hitter, Vince Libretto.
Draper back out there for his second inning of work, hoping for something a little more efficient than last inning. And get strike 1 in there, 0-1. Libretto 1 for 7 with a double and RBI. 1 walk to 5 Ks this postseason. Even the count now 1-1. Libretto, Nordman, Voika. And if anyone gets on, the right fielder Mike Siebert. 1-1's the count. 1-0, the Blue Sox lead this best-of-5 ICL Championship Series. That's on the outer edge for a strike, and it is 1-2. Fouls that off. Means 1-2. Libretto had some good numbers against the Blue Sox in the regular season. In 2 games was 3 for 5 with a solo home run. And an 1,800 OPS against the Blue Sox, and did not have more hits against any other opponent this year. Had as many hits in 1 game against the Stoneham Sabres.
I'm hoping to see a moonshot tonight. I love a moonshot.
Count is still 1-2. Bounces the plate 2-2. For Draper, this is his 7th career postseason outing for the Blue Sox. Just 2 seasons into his Blue Sox tenure. Still 2-2, and Maltasea got his bell rung there. Last year, Draper pitched in 4 games, was 1-0 with a .933 ERA. His win came a year ago yesterday when 3 innings, allowed 2 hits and no runs with 1 walk and 6 Ks against the Andre Chiefs. Full count. Again, Bulldogs doing a good job waiting for their pitch, driving up the pitch count early on one Matt Draper. 3-2. Outside corner, strike 3 called. Backwards Ks to back-to-back batters for Mr. Draper. 1 up, 1 down.
Now batting, the first baseman, John Nordman.
Here's Nordman. 0 for 5 with 2 Ks in 2 games so far this postseason. And takes on the outside corner for strike 1. Regular season /188, 257, 313 with 1 double, 1 homer, and 5 ribbies. This 1 homer came against the EI Braves. Oh, on the appeal, he went around, says strike 2, 0-2. 1 homer came against the EI Braves of the Park League on August 3rd. Check swing, appeal, did not go this time, and it is 1-2. Draper comes set.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely overthrew that one, and this is something that has plagued Blue Sox batters, Blue Sox pitchers rather, all season long, even during the 17-game unbeaten streak on which they ended the regular season. Not being able to put batters away cleanly after getting ahead. Like, look at this, going from 0-2 to 3-2, and you nearly had him going around on what was eventually ruled ball 1, a check swing. 3-2 once again. Driven into right field. Wind is carrying, turning around, and unable to come up with that one is the right fielder Vander Zouwen, and it's a two-strike double with 1 out here in the second for John Nordman. The wind is definitely gusting out.
Now batting, the catcher, Jay Boyka.
And now it's kind of coming in from right field. Now you guys see a dust devil there.
The wind is the saving grace because it is awfully muggy outside right now, folks.
Yeah, ball's not going to cut through this thick air very much on its own. The swirling wind, Hurricane Aaron, not expected to make landfall in the Boston area, but whatever the source of this wind, oh wow, and look at, yeah, exactly. Now Jay Voyka trying to make sure his, dirt doesn't get blown into his eyes. All right, well, you pass that? Oh, I can definitely feel it cooling off. And you have to wonder about, yeah. Well,
I just felt some in my eyes.
well, as long as we're talking, and here comes some more dirt this way. This is some wicked wind right now. Going to play Plinko with some pop flies, I would imagine. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Finally get the first pitch of this AB off to Voyka, and he comes up empty.
Supposed to be about 20 degrees cooler tomorrow compared to today, folks.
Of course, this week is the 10th anniversary of the infamous 2015 Intercity League Championship Series. Swing and a miss, 0-2. And again, Draper able to get to 0-2. Now, can he put Voika away cleanly is the question. Which included Game 3 between the Blue Sox and the Chiefs. That was the 3-day game. And now Maltasea wants time. It was a 3-day game in which it started on Friday. The Blue Sox had a big lead against the Chiefs. The Chiefs came all the way back to even take the lead. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Jay Voika. 2 down. And then
Now batting, the right fielder, Mike Siebert.
Then after Saturday was a scheduled off day, we resumed the game Sunday. Jeff Vigers and Rick DeAngelo had gotten ejected by this point, and the Chiefs were down 2-0 in the series and turned to Jared Frenny to try and salvage their season. They were 1 inning away from making it 2-1, as that's fouled off the other way, 0-1 to Siebert. And then Mike Hart hit a game-tying home run in the bottom of the 7th, which he later described to me as one where he literally blacked out as he was running the bases. He was just so stoked by getting that one out of there, especially against prime Jared Frenny. 0-2 as there was another gust blowing dirt in as that pitch was being delivered, and you know what can Draper do about that, right? 0-2 is the count. And then eventually, speaking of sway, walked off the championship with a suicide squeeze for the Blue Sox first of 6 consecutive ICL titles. Fly ball at the end of the bat to left is caught for the out that retires the side, and Draper gets around the 1-out double. And we go the second. Let's go the third, rather. Still scoreless. Clearly, I'm not passing anesthesia yet. The LSP store is open. Get yourself a DVD or digital copy. Most past LSP video broadcasts are one of several different designs of stickers, shirts, or other merch, including some stuff with my dog, Tina the Long Arena, on it, and some words I've probably said on this here YouTube channel over the years. Email yours truly for game videos or go to Creator Spring for merch. No runs, 3 hits, no errors, 4 left for the Bulldogs. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left for the Blue Sox as we go to the top of the third and Pat Casserly.
Now batting, the first baseman, Pat Casserly.
Bottom 3 hitters in the Blue Sox order due up here: Casserly, Maltasea, and McKiernan. That's us. That's where you're watching. That's where we are. Coley Schaefer with the wind rippling his jersey delivers and gets Casserly to swing over the top of it. 4 strike 1. Cass 0 for 3 with 2 runs scored in the postseason so far. Pops this one up into shallow right, and that'll be caught for a quick out number 1.
Now batting, the catcher, Luke Maltasea.
Jaden Vellis has been in the middle of it defensively tonight for the Bulldogs. He has factored in 4 of the first 7 outs. Assisted on the ground outs by Jones and Alvarez, and caught each of the last 2 on pop flies by Van der Zowen and Casserly. So here's Luke No Luke Ward this time at the bottom of the lineup, so no need to worry about breaking up the Lukes for me this time. 0-1 is the count to Maltasea.
Dust is still flying everywhere, folks.
Malty 3 for 9 with a double and a couple ribbies this postseason. Comes up empty, and it is 0-2. And not that Schaefer was bad in his one appearance against the Blue Sox in the regular season, but it was also one inning on the Blue Sox opening night. So this is a very different Schaefer that the Blue Sox are seeing here towards the end of the ICL season rather than right at the beginning. Smack to third, and it takes a wicked hop into left.
Nobody knew what Schaefer could do at that point.
And clearly,
Now batting the left fielder, Owen McKiernan.
And clearly, the folks at Villanova liked what they saw to offer him a scholarship and from Rivers, and only got in a couple games in the regular season for the Wildcats, but hoping that his performance here in the ICL Championship Series and season as a whole will sway the Wildcats staff to put him in some more spots this year. 0-1 as Owen McKiernan bats with the Dust Devils still flying here. I just felt dust in my eye for the first time. 1-1. McKiernan 2 for 10 with 1 triple and 4 ribbies, which leads the team this postseason. He's 2 for 10, but with 5 strikeouts. Able to lay off that one, and it's 2-1. McKiernan went 0 for 2 against the Americans in Game 1, has a hit in each of his last 2. Triple and 3 runs in the Game 1 win Friday night. 2-1, here it is. Taken down and away, 3-1. Schaefer's performance against the Mad Dogs in his win in that semifinal is kind of a hard one to wrap your head around. Full count. You look at a guy one hitting the Mad Dogs offense. I mean, that's stellar enough as it is, but to see him allow 7 walks, throw a wild pitch, and only strike out 4, you have to wonder what else could have been at play that night, because those 7 walks were almost as many as he allowed in the entire regular season. He allowed 7 walks in 6 innings. What, did I say 6 innings against the Mad Dogs? Yeah, 6 innings against the Mad Dogs. It wasn't until July 15th that he allowed his 7th walk of the regular season. That was in the middle of his win against the Americans on July 15th. 5 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 1 of which was earned, walked 3 and struck out 7. He walked 11 in the regular season and walked 7 in one game. A win, to be fair, against the Mad Dogs. And that is outside for a ball 4. A favorable call there for the Blue Sox, and makes it first and second with 1 down as the lineup turns over for Jonesy.
Now batting the second baseman, Brendan Jones.
Jones ground out to second to begin the ball game. His opposite number over there, Velas. Wind again blowing in right now, kind of in from right field, blowing into the press box. One and 0. Well, if you're Schaefer, you got to remind yourself you're 1 pitch away from getting out of this. Maltasea at second, McKiernan at first. And the 1-0. That's in there for a strike, 1-1.
The wind is getting stronger.
Fouled off. I'm trying to look at like Linfels Parkway right now to see if like there's. I feel like if it was raining, we'd actually feel it, given that we have the windows open here in the press box. But
I don't think it's currently raining.
no, I don't. I didn't think so either. But just, I don't know. For whatever reason, on the corner of my eye, kind of looked like the road was a little slick. And anyways, 1-2 is the count to Jonesy. Time is called as home plate umpire protecting everyone involved with that little sandstorm. You got to pull that up on the playlist. You know that, right, Tim?
The song.
Outside corner, strike 3 called. Jonesy retired for the second time. Second strikeout for Schaefer. 2 down.
Now batting the center fielder, Jake McElroy.
McElroy flew out to right his first time up. Hoping to cash in with 2 on and 2 out here in the top of the third of a scoreless ball game. Look at second by Schaefer in the pitch. On the outside corner for a strike, and it is 0-1. Just up and away, and the count will be 1-1. Blue Sox with 2 hits, the Bulldogs with 3. Blue Sox committed an error. Nobody scored yet. Blue Sox have left 1, the Bulldogs have left 4. Two and 1. There's been 1 extra base hit in this ball game. That was Nordman's double with 1 out in the bottom of the second. Maltasea at second after a rocket to third that hopped away from Brett Stone. And now it's 2-2. 2 on and 2 out here in inning number 3, of course. Schaefer comes set. High for a ball. Gentlemen, start your engines. The always dangerous Eric Ramirez is on deck. Three-two. Mars will be off with the pitch. Payoff. Here it is. Reached for it and flared it onto Linfels. It's a good job by McElroy fouling that one off, spoiling it, following it all the way to the edge of the zone and buying himself another pitch. Try to reel him in maybe a little closer to the plate. Find a gap, bring home 1, if not 2. Another payoff pitch forthcoming. Here it is. Little bloop into shallow right, and that'll be caught. Now the man of the hour, it seems, defensively, Jaden Vellis, who will bat second in the bottom of the third, coming up next. Are you down with the sound called LSP? Of course you are. Then follow and support us on the web, Linktree, Facebook, YouTube, PayPal, Creator Spring, LSP 37.
It's the right thing to do.
All the cool kids are doing it. We go to the bottom of the third, and Katrina just showing me a clip of our nephew taking was at least what we first steps of his that we've seen. I don't know if
unassisted. Yeah.
unassisted too. Caitlin saying definitely would prefer to crawl, and wouldn't we all, right? So, anyways, here is Ian Bourne to lead things off in the bottom of the third. Bourne, Velis, and Stone due up for the Bulldogs. Draper back to work. Third baseman Ramirez in on the lip of the infield grass. And first pitch is swung on and missed for strike one to Bourne, who grounded out to second to begin the night offensively for the Bulldogs. No runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 4 left for the Bulldogs. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error, and 3 left for the Blue Sox. Coley Schaefer had a 1-2-3, top of the first. Blue Sox have gotten some more pressure on him each successive inning, but haven't broken through yet.
Almost got another ball caught in the net up there. It was close.
Bourne tried to bunt his way on, but got under it. Popped it into the overhang, and the count will be 1-2. Draper comes set, and the pitch. Laced into the right center field gap. That is going to get down for extra bases to lead off the bottom of the third. It's going all the way to the wall. Bourne is on his way to second with a leadoff double.
Was he trying to do the Red Sox thing with his arms?
I don't know. Bourne with the second extra base hit of the night for the Bulldogs, and he's in scoring position now for Jaden Velis, who grounded out to third his first time up. 4th hit of the night now for the Lexington Bulldogs. Battle of Lexington taking place at Melrose High School. Go figure. It's down and away for a ball. It is 1-0. And with these Dust Devils, the umpire could very well call time even if nobody asks for it, because you got the batter, the catcher, and the umpire all looking straight into the eye of the storm, almost literally here, every time one of those gets kicked up. That is down and in, 2-0. The Bulldogs trying to get the opening marker in this here Game 2, the ICL Finals. Blue Sox lead this best of 5, 1-0. Outside 3-0. Bulldogs never led on Friday night. In fact, they were down 5. And the Blue Sox were 3 defensive outs away. Taken all the way, 3-1. Of course, Nick Favasso with the grand slam to tie the game in the top of the 7th as part of a 5 spot in the inning, where the Blue Sox walked it off in the bottom of the 8th. Up and in, it is first and second, nobody out for Brett Stone.
Now batting the third baseman, Brett Stone.
And boy, you want to talk about a high-stakes spot for Stoney against his former club, with a chance to put the Bulldogs in front here in a tightly contested Game 2. Take strike 1. He had a base hit his first time up. There's nobody out. Outside for a ball is 1-1. First walk of the night issued by Draper just now to Velis. Foul tip. And the count will be 1-2. Draper took the loss to the Bulldogs back on May 27th. Ooh.
Another one.
Off of Maltasea's mask, still 1-2. Went 4 innings, allowed 8 hits, 4 earned runs, walked 2, struck out 2, and surrendered 1 home run. Long look at second and the pitch. Downstairs, runner going to third. A little bit of a delayed reaction on my part because it looked like I saw the infield umpire rule safe, but then tap his elbow. I thought that it was an indication of where he was tagged, so maybe he was out in the end. But in the back door to second goes Velas, and now 2 runners in scoring position. And a swing and a miss by Stoney. Huge strikeout there for Draper.
Now batting the shortstop, Matthew Pavazzo.
1 down. The infield's still in here with second and third and 1 out. Pavazzo reached on an error his first time up. It's a little high for ball 1. Mind you, that's Bourne. The leadoff man over at third, so you got good speed on the bases here. In case you got some shenanigans up your sleeve, if you're the Bulldogs. Bourne at third and Velas at second, but a huge strikeout of Brett Stone for the first out. Now 1-1 to the cleanup man, Matt Favazzo. Fouled off, and it's 1-2.
The championship series is the time for shenanigans if there ever was one.
And boy, does Rick DeAngelis ever know that one. Mentioned Sway's walk-off suicide squeeze 10 years ago, 8 years ago, was small ball against J.P. Songen. A swing and a miss, strike 3. 5 strikeouts now for Drapes.
Now batting the center fielder, Nick Pavazzo.
That wasn't the first time either, Sway's walk-off suicide squeeze. The Blue Sox, I'd seen the Blue Sox win a playoff game with a squeeze. Ross Curley laid one down many moons ago in a game against the then Medford Americans. That's down low for a ball, and Bourne got about a quarter of the way down the line before he said, nope, I'm good. 1-0 is the count to Nick Favazzo, single his first time up. 1-1. Bourne at third and Velas at second. 2 down here in the bottom of the third. 2-1. Katrina mentioning how it's going to be 20 degrees cooler tomorrow in the area. It's even cooler than that now. It is 3-1. It's cooled off considerably.
Thank goodness, because it was bad when we got here.
Yeah, it was hot and muggy, and now it's 75 feels off. Feels cooler than that.
It helps that there's the air conditioner behind us, too.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, we definitely needed that full strength when we got here, but now it's a full count to Nick Favazzo. Second and third, so Bourne and Velas won't be running here unless Favazzo puts a charge into one. Oh, boy, that is ball 4. That looked good at the very top of the zone. Draper had taken a step and a half to the dugout. Maltasea was ready to fire the ball down. And
The left fielder, Shane
to no avail. The inning continues on the second walk of the frame for Drapes. And here's Costello. Fouls that one off the other way for strike one. Costello got rung up looking to end the bottom of the first after the Bulldogs had loaded the bases after the first two were retired. Grounder to third. Ramirez on to first in time. And once again, Matt Draper walks a tightrope and does not fall into the flames. We are through three.
After all that.
Still scoreless. Are you not entertained? Our next broadcast, if you want to continue to be entertained, guarantee void in Tennessee, will be tomorrow night, 8 o'clock first pitch once again for the Bulldogs and the Blue Sox, Game 3 of the 2025 ICL Finals. And the Blue Sox will be the home team for that one. You know where it is.
Intercity Baseball League is collecting donations. Go meet Leo at the front entrance. The donations would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much.
Eric Ramirez to lead things off here in the top of the fourth.
Now batting, the third baseman, Eric Ramirez.
Ramirez, Alvarez, and Atiles due up here in the top of the fourth. And if anyone gets on, Jimenez. Coley Schaefer back out there for his fourth inning of work.
That jersey isn't dirty enough.
Nah, not an Eric Ramirez game yet. In fairness, he hasn't even had to make a defensive play that would cause that to happen. Ramirez grounded out to Stone his first time up in the first. Little inside-out swing into shallow right, and that is going to be caught. Run down by Siebert for out number one.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Julian Alvarez.
It's Jules.
Alvarez grounded out to second his first time up. Third inning was toughest inning so far for Schaefer, but stranded Maltasea and McKiernan at second and first after a single and a walk back-to-back with one out. Alvarez takes up and away for a ball. It is 1-0.
That'll make a difference.
Oh, won't it ever? You folks just saw the lights go out at the football field beyond the outfield fence. I have no idea if that necessarily did make the difference, but Alvarez with a base hit back up the box. The Blue Sox have their third hit of the ball game.
Now batting, the shortstop, Luis Antilles.
It looks like there was a soccer practice going on that is now over.
Yep. And you have to wonder how much that could be a factor with the batter's eye. Obviously, not as much of a factor as a Dust Devil would be. 1-0 is the count to Atiles, who struck out swinging his first time up in the second. Alvarez is now 1 for 2. It is a hitter's count to Luis Atiles. Atiles the other way into right, base hit. First and second with one out. Similar start to this inning as the top of the third.
Now batting, the extra hitter, Anderson Jimenez.
So here's Jimenez. Had the Blue Sox first base hit. In fact, was the Blue Sox first base runner with his 2-out single back in the second. Alvarez at second, Atiles at first. One down here in the top of the fourth. Off the end of the bat and fouled onto Lynn Fells Parkway for strike one to Jimenez. Jimenez really cut from the same cloth as guys like Eric Ramirez, although Eric is probably an even rarer cut of that cloth. 1-1. Luis Atiles, his presence, his arrival really started to swing the Blue Sox season around. Julian Alvarez, now been with the Blue Sox for a decade, still bouncing around there at second base.
Can you imagine what kind of influence he has on these guys?
Like I believe he's the longest tenured player right now.
I've heard some of them call him Uncle.
I mean, I'm not shocked. Laced into left for a base hit. They're going to have to put the brakes on Alvarez because it was that close to being caught by Stoney. But the bases are loaded with one down. I mean, Alvarez has absolutely earned Unk status. No question about that. And now, company-wide meeting as Eric Steinkraus going out to the mound to chat with Schaefer and the entire Bulldogs infield. Vander's out going to use this opportunity to go up to Rick DeAngelis in the third base coach's box and also talk to Alvarez about how to approach this crucial AB, not just in this game, but possibly in this series. Blue Sox lead this series 1-0, escape with an 8-7 extra innings victory by the skin of their teeth on Friday night, and now in a pitcher's duel between Schaefer and Draper, pair of aces on the mound.
Now batting, the right fielder, David Vanderzaal.
This is a moment where champions can be made. You're not going to win the championship here. You could very well lose it, though. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Not sure if Rick DeAngelis said he had the green light on the first pitch to DVZ, but came up empty. Smack to third. They'll go home for the fours. And no, it got away! It got away! They'll put the tag on Atiles coming home, but the Blue Sox do score the first run of the ball game.
That was a good try from Atiles.
Absolutely smoked to third by DVZ.
Now batting, the first baseman, Pat Paskerly.
Absolutely smoked to third by DVZ. Stoney fielded that pristinely, got it home, but not in time. Atiles is thrown out 2-1. Trying to sneak in the back door. But now it's Jimenez at third and Vanderzaal at first for Casserly. 1-1 is the count to Cass, who popped up to second. His first time up. Down away for a ball. Is not 142-0. Sorry, folks. Got the wrong thing open in OBS.
Could you imagine?
I mean, you can imagine, yes. Van der Zowen runs into left field for a base hit. Jimenez scores 2-0.
Now batting the catcher, Luke Maltasea.
Van der Zowen stopped at second. Maltasea now back up to the plate. First and second. Maltasea with a single his first time up. Little dribbler foul for strike one. For Casserly, that is his first hit of the postseason, first RBI at that. High for a ball, and is 1-1. Blue Sox, 2 runs so far this inning on 4 hits. 1 error. 2-1. Alvarez scoring on the fielder's choice, the throwing error by Stone. Atile's thrown out trying to score behind him. Jimenez scoring on Casserly's single just now. 2-2. The Bulldogs hoping to avoid an overtaxing inning here for Schaefer. But whatever happens here, now the Blue Sox finally starting to crack through Schaefer's armor. First inning went 1-2-3. 1 hit in the second, 2 hits in the third, 4 hits and 2 runs so far here in the fourth. Finally starting to get Schaefer's pitch count up. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The side is retired, but the damage has been done. 2 runs on 4 hits, 1 error. 2 left, 2-0 Blue Sox halfway home. LSP and Shipping Shield are partners in card. Shipping Shields are the eco-friendly sports and gaming card shipping protectors trusted by yours truly. Made in the U.S. and Canada on 100% recyclable cardboard. Use the link and codes on the screen or in the description for a discount on your order. We may receive a commission from those orders, but we thank you for your continued support of whatever this is. We go to the bottom of the fourth. The Blue Sox finally getting the opening marker in this one.
Now batting the designated hitter, Vince Libretto.
And Draper back on the mound to face Libretto, Nordman, and Voika. A quick inning is imperative here for Matt Draper. Libretto struck out looking his first time up. One and 0 is the count to the Bulldogs DH. Up and in, 2-0. There is action now in the... Oh, no, that isn't action. Those are just some kids getting long toss in the bullpen out there, I guess. But 3-0 is the count now to Libretto. And a 4-pitch walk to begin the bottom of the fourth to bring the tying run to the plate.
Now batting, the first baseman, John Nordman.
Right after the Blue Sox have taken a 2-0 lead.
The radar right now shows that we're in between two storm cells.
Lovely. Well, let's see if Nordman can do his best Roy Hobbs impression here. 1-0 is the count. It's 5 straight balls to start the inning for Matt Draper.
There's one north of here and there's one south of here.
6 straight balls. Now I have to wonder if Rick DeAndres is going to get someone warming soon. And, yeah, Ryan O'Rourke heading out there.
You spoke it into existence.
Yep, Josh Becker as well. 6 straight balls to start the bottom of the fourth. The tying run at the plate for the Lexington Bulldogs. Libretto at first after a 4-pitch walk. And Nordman, who already has a double tonight, with a hitter's count here, 2-0. Three and 0. Could you imagine this scenario at Texas A&M? They'd be shouting ball 8, and see what happens here now. Taken all the way for strike one, 3-1. It's a pitcher's nightmare to, be in the thick of it against the Texas A&M baseball crowd.
The crowd here is into it.
And now a 5-pitch walk. It is first and second. And now here's Voika.
Now batting, the catcher, Jay Voika.
Voika struck out swinging his first time up in the second. Fly ball into right center field.
Wind kicking up.
McElroy's got it. And that'll get Libretto to third. 1 down. And now it's Mike Siebert.
Now batting, the right fielder, Mike Siebert.
Siebert flew out to left his first time up to end the bottom of the second. He's got runners at the corners here. Draper comes set. First pitch. Grounder to short. Fielded. 6, 3. Got him! It's a double play and the inning is over and the Bulldogs get nothing.
Are you not entertained?
I am absolutely entertained. Luisa Tiles, tailor-made ground ball, screened a little bit by the umpire, took it to the bag himself, and then fired onto first for the inning-ending 6-3 double play, and the Blue Sox still lead 2-0 after 4.
Lots of dust in my eyes.
And wind's still blowing in strong here into the press box. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Sponsor our content for as little as $25 a spot, whether you want to promote a business, product, or event, or send a message of support to a player, team, coach, cancer-stricken broadcaster, or cancer-stricken broadcaster's wife with dirt in her eyes. As Sandstorm by Darude plays on the PA. You're welcome. You can thank me later, Tim. Email yours truly for all the deets. Anyone know the lyrics to this one? All right, we go to the top of the fifth, and it's McKiernan, Jones, and McElroy due up. Coley Schaefer back out there for the Bulldogs.
Now batting, the left fielder, Owen McKiernan.
McKiernan drew a walk his first time up in the third. One and 0 as McKiernan is able to hold up. That's what you're watching. That's what you're listening to. That's where we are. It's a good one here as the Blue Sox look to take a commanding 2-0 lead in this best-of-5 series, with the Bulldogs hoping to extend it with a win here tonight, even the series at 1 apiece. It's now 2-0 to McKiernan. Blue Sox breaking through in the top of the fourth with 2 runs on 4 hits, 1 error. The Bulldogs threatened to tie or even take the lead in the bottom half. After the first 2 reached on a 4-pitch walk and a 5-pitch walk, fly out to center by Jay Voyka, and then a 6-3 double play ended the inning. McKiernan pops this one up into foul territory, and that's going to get out of play to move the count to 2-2. Against McKiernan, Jones, and McElroy due up here in the top of the fifth. And if anyone gets on, Eric Ramirez. Josh Becker and Ryan O'Rourke went out to the bullpen in the middle of that precarious bottom of the fourth. But given Draper's pitch count over the course of these 4 innings anyways, I'm going to see one of them come in. Or did he buy himself another inning? Well, McKiernan got fooled there. 1 up, 1 down.
Now batting, the second baseman, Brendan Joe.
4th strikeout now for Schaefer, which matches his total from his win against the Mad Dogs in the semifinals. Lineup turns over for Jonesy, 0 for 2 with a ground out to second and a strikeout swinging. Down and in for a ball. 1-0. One and one. Ground to the right side. Fielded at second. 2 up, 2 down.
Definitely a pitcher's duel today.
Now batting, the center fielder, Jake McElroy.
McElroy also hoping to erase his offer. Flew out to right in the first, popped up to second in the third. Schaefer comes set. And the first pitch to McElroy. Fouled off the other way. 0-1. Up the middle, fielded at second by Velis. And a 1-2-3 inning for Coley Schaefer, his first since the first. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Still 2-0 Blue Sox. When I say LSP is something for everyone since 2011, I by God mean it. Sports, live events, pet sitting, and walking, tech help, errands, and a whole lot more. Find our Thumbtack page or Linktree LSP37 or email yours truly so we can proceed to give you what you need.
Shout out Nick and Matt Pavazzo's cousins down in D.C. The boys are making them proud.
Tim Lynch.
Fulfilling dreams.
Well, top of the order now for the Bulldogs, Ian Bourne.
Now batting, the extra hitter, Ian Bourne.
Bourne 1 for 2 with a double. Stranded at third in the third after he had doubled to lead off that inning. It's in there for strike one, and Matt Draper is back out there for the fifth, and now we're going to have a stoppage as something left in front of the home plate area. I don't know if it's like tape or whatever it was. Now it's out of the way to the umpire's liking. So 0-1 is the count to Bourne, and comes up empty 0-2. Bourne, Velis, and Stone due up, and if anyone gets on, Matt Favazzo. And Josh Becker and Ryan O'Rourke had gone out to the bullpen in the middle of that fourth inning, but Draper got out of it. Now he's back out to start the fifth inning. And good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Ian Bourne, 1 up, 1 down.
Now batting, the second baseman, Jaden Velis.
That is strikeout number 6. For Matt Draper, and here's Velis. Fouls that one into the screen, 0-1. Velis 0 for 1. Grounded out to third in the first. Walked in the third. The only 2 runs in this game were scored in the top of the fourth. Blue Sox scoring their 2 runs on 4 hits and 1 Bulldogs error. The Blue Sox have not had the aid of an extra base hit yet tonight. The Bulldogs have 2 of them. A double by Bourne and a double by Nordman. Spiked at the plate, and it is 1-2. Grounder to the third base side, and that'll be a foul ball. Will remain 1-2. Velas, factor in this game defensively. 4 of the first 7 outs went through him. 5 of the first 9, in fact. 2-2. He has assisted or made the put out on 7 outs total tonight. Grounder. Oh, that barehanded attempt. Barehand pickup. Got him. Are you kidding me? Off the fingertips of Draper, right to Ramirez.
They couldn't do that again if they tried.
Not, absolutely not. 2 down.
Now batting, the third baseman, Brett Stone.
Just reach out for it with your fingertips. And that'll cause Maltasea to come out to buy a minute for his noodle. Yeah, that'll sting for a bit. Now Rick DeAngelis is coming out to the mound, talking to the home plate umpire, saying, listen, I just want to, I just, like, this doesn't count as a mound visit. I want to make sure he's not injured. And then Draper says, Rick, I'm good.
No, go away.
I'm good. And it seems though the Rick and the umpires are in understanding that didn't count as a mound visit this inning. So 2 up, 2 down for Stoney, who takes up and away for ball 1. In the top of the 6th, the Blue Sox will have Ramirez, Alvarez, and Atiles due up. Draper comes set. 2-0. Are you good, though, Drapes? Oh, we just had a baseball get thrown back onto the field? Like, guys, we don't need that now. I'll keep an eye on this. Now hit out towards center. Couple steps in, couple steps out. Jake McElroy makes the catch. That's what it's all about. Easy peasy 1-2 3-zy. For Matt Draper, we go to the 6th, still 2-0.
Not so easy on his fingertips.
Exactly. The LSP store is open. Get yourself a DVD or digital copy of most past LSP video broadcasts, or one of several different designs of stickers, shirts, or other merch, including some stuff with my dog, Tina the Long Arena, on it, and some words I've probably said on this here YouTube channel over the years. Email yours truly for game videos, or go to Creator Spring for merch. We go to the top of the 6th, 3, 4, and 5. The Blue Sox lineup due up. Ramirez, Alvarez, and Atiles.
Now batting, the third baseman, Eric Ramirez.
Now, after partaking on your standard issue 1-5-3 putout for the second out on the bottom of the 5th, Ramirez leads things off, looking for his first base hit of this ball game. Schaefer back out there for inning number 6. Fouled off for strike one. You wouldn't think that Ramirez could put up the kind of numbers he did in the regular season with his very, aggressive and somewhat free-swinging style, but free-swinging, yet he only struck out 3 times. There's very few pitches he doesn't like, and the ones he doesn't, he's able to lay them off to the tune of a 457 OBP and 5 walks in the regular season. And that's a foul tip into the mitt of Voika for strike 2. Ramirez slash 422, 457, 609 in the regular season, and his approach is maybe come back with a receipt here in the postseason. Fouls that one off because he's now 1 for 7 with his only hit coming against the Americans in game 1 of the semifinals. Oh, 2. This is not to say that Ramirez swings at anything in the same zip code. Some of the swings he takes, though, kind of give that impression, though. Two and two now to Ramirez. But as I said, I've seen very few people play the game of baseball with so much visible joy and also be so good at it at the same time. Unfortunately, that's just a shallow fly into center for the first out of the top of the 6th, and Ramirez is now 1 for 8 this postseason.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Julian Alvarez.
So here's Jules. He got the party started in the top of the 4th with a 1-out single and came around to score the game's first run later that inning. Strike 1. Alvarez, 1 for 2 on the night. 4 for 8 the postseason. 0-2. Schaefer hasn't been terribly phased since giving up the 2 runs in that 4th inning. He's retired 5 in a row now since Casserly's RBI single. Looking to make it 6 in a row, ahead of Jules 0-2. 1-2. Jules goes down.
Now batting, the shortstop, Luis Atiles.
Here's Atiles, 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single. Oh boy, what a time for Matt Draper to have his first 1-2-3 inning of the night in the bottom of the 5th.
For sure.
Here is Atiles. Taking up and away for ball 1. In the bottom of the 6th, the Bulldogs will have Matt Favazzo, Nick Favazzo, and Shane Costello due up. Schaefer delivers. In there for a strike, 1-1. Two and 1. Game 3 tomorrow night. First pitch at 8 o'clock. It'll be interesting to see how the Bulldogs play that one with pitching. And no 1-2-3 inning this time as Atiles picks up his second base hit of the ball game.
the extra hitter, Anderson Jimenez.
When you have that reputation preceding you, though, it can get you as a fan or a broadcaster a little nervous. Like, wow, he is super due if he's struggling at all. But the times when he has struggled this year have been short-lived. Jimenez takes up and away, ball one. Jimenez singled his last time. He singled both times, in fact. 2 for 2 with a run scored. Little dribbler to second and on to first. For the out that retires the side, we go to the bottom of the sixth. Still 2-0. Blue Sox. Are you down with the sound called LSP? Of course you are. Then follow and support us on the web, Linktree, Facebook, YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Flash the subscribe button. Membership's also available. PayPal, Creator Spring, LSP37. It tastes great on a cracker.
Whatever that means.
It means exactly what it implies. Well, Matt Draper is going back out there for inning number 6. And it's not like he hasn't worked this deep before this year. 6 2/3 against Palmer in a win on June 27th. 2 hits, 3 runs, 1 of which was earned. 2 walks and a season-high 12 strikeouts. And also threw 7 against the Malden Mad Dogs on July 29th. Getting the win, allowing 4 hits, 1 run with 1 walk and 9 Ks. 55 strikeouts in 37 innings this year for Matt Draper.
Now batting, the shortstop, Matthew Pavazzo.
His own cheering section.
I mean, Nick, too, I would assume. Draper with 12 more strikeouts in the regular season this year than last year in just 2/3 more innings. Boink. 0-1. Favazzo reached on an error his first time up, then struck out swinging in the 3rd. One and one. Grounder to second. Jonesy. 1 down.
Wentworth Tech.
Now batting, the center fielder, Nick Pavazzo.
Here's Nick Favazzo. 1 for 1. Single and a walk. To his credit so far. Nick plays college ball at Emerson, Matt at Wentworth. Couple of new MAC schools. 0-1 is a count to Nick. Oh! An 0-1 pitch hits him. I mean, this is going to be a dangerous spot, of course, in just a 2-run ball game. this is a 3-run ball game. You can kind of brush that off a little more easily. But now you got Shane Costello. Oh, you got a pinch hitter? Of course, nobody told us.
Number 11.
Now pinch hitting, number 11, Jack Sweeney. I don't know if I did that right or not.
I mean, nobody told us. Hope that's right. Yeah, and we know how reliable those have been over the years. Sweeney pitched most of the year. Not in the regular season, no.
Why would he have his first at bat now?
Yeah, I know, right? Runner bluffs, throw back to first, and able to keep the ball close on the back pick attempt is Casserly. So Favazzo's been on base all 3 times. Great for the OPS. Single, walk, and hit by pitch. Now a wild pitch goes to the backstop. It's a full count, and Nick goes to second. Three-two pitch. On the outside corner, strike 3 called. 2 down.
They were saying, let's go Matt, and there's another Matt
Now
on there.
the designated hitter, Vince Libretto.
So it'll be up to Vince Libretto to try and cash in here with a runner in scoring position and 2 down in the bottom of the 6th. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Again. It's right up in his grill and just got him. And that's not what you want to see, obviously, in a 2-run game. That now brings the go-ahead run to the plate. Company-wide meeting now. Again, O'Rourke and Becker have been warming for a while. Went out there during the 4th, and Sammy Steed signaling to the bullpen, hey, guys, come on in. Not yet to bat.
Now batting, the first baseman, John Nordman.
Not yet to pitch, rather. So here is John Nordman. A double and a walk to his credit, and the tying runs on base. I mean, he's hit 2 right-handed batters already this inning, and I don't blame you for trying to dodge out of the way of that one, but it is 0-1 as it snaps back to the inside part of the plate. Check swing, 1-1, appeal. He did not go. Oh, boy. You throw that one again. Definitely thought about it. Might be a good one to go back to. Maybe not right now. 1-1. That's in there for a strike. 1-2.
A lively discussion going on.
1-2 the count. Got him!
Whoa.
Nordman upset. Slams his bat in frustration. And the Blue Sox escape another jam. We go to the 7th. 2-0. Our next broadcast tomorrow night, 8 o'clock first pitch for Game 3 of the 2025 ICL Championship Series. Will the Blue Sox go into that one on the precipice of a sweep, or will it be anybody's series? We're about to find out. All right, we go to the top of the 7th, and David Vanderzowen to lead things off, to be followed by Pat Casserly and Luke Maltasea.
Now batting the right fielder, David Vanderzowen.
Vanderzowen 0 for 2 with a pop-up to second, and reached on a fielder's choice that scored the first run of the ball game. Schaefer back out there, takes strike 1. 0-1 is the count to DVZ. Blue Sox still up 2-0. Fouls that one straight back, 0-2. It's Vanderzowen, Casserly, and Maltasea. And if anyone gets on, Owen McKiernan. Matt Draper, a gutsy performance the last couple of innings, getting out of Dodge in the 4th and the 6th. Fouls that one off the other way, and that will get out of play. It remains 0-2. He's had a heavy-duty pitch count this entire game, so it's been a little bit stunning to see him stay in each successive inning. But with a 2-0 lead, he's going to go back out there for the 7th is the question. On the outside corner, strike 3 called. Vanderzowen is rung up for out number 1.
Now batting the first baseman, Pat Casserly.
6th strikeout on the night for Coley Schaefer. Here's Casserly. RBI single his last time up. 0-1. After Casserly's single, Schaefer retired 6 in a row before Atiles had a 2-out single in the 6th. And then got Jimenez to ground out. And now, after striking out, Vanderzowen looking ahead of Casserly. 0-2. Fouled into the screen, will do it again. Game 3 tomorrow night. Will we have the Blue Sox on the precipice of a sweep, or will we have a pivotal rubber game going into Game 3, tied at 1? Grounder to third, but it lands foul, and it is still 0-2. The Blue Sox have been victimized by 2 1-2-3 innings in this game, including the first. They went pretty quietly early on and got their first hit in the second, started to chip away at the armor of Coley Schaefer third, but Schaefer, after giving up those 2 runs in the top of the 4th, seems to have remembered who he is, and he gets Casserly for the second out.
Now batting the catcher, Luke Maltasea.
So here's Maltasea, 1 for 2, a single in the 3rd, and a strikeout in the 4th. Swing and a miss, strike one. In the bottom of the 7th, the Bulldogs will have Voika, Siebert, and Bourne due up. 9, 10, and 1 for those playing the home game. Foul tip, 0 and 2. And at a time where Coley Schaefer could have very easily crumbled in that 4th inning, he is buckled up, batting down the hatches, and he gets the Blue Sox in order, all on strikes here in the top of the 7th. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Closing time for the Blue Sox, up 2-0. LSP and Shipping Shield are partners in cards. Shipping Shields are the eco-friendly sports and gaming card shipping protectors trusted by yours truly, made in the U.S. and Canada on 100% recyclable cardboard.
Now on the mound for the Blue Sox, number 30, Ryan O'Rourke.
Use the link and codes on the screen or in the description for a discount on your order. We may receive a commission from those orders, but we thank you for your continued support of whatever this is. And this is Ryan O'Rourke to take the mound for the final 3 outs of Game 2. After 6 gritty innings by Matt Draper and 6 even grittier innings by Coley Schaefer, 7 even grittier innings by Coley Schaefer, this game is now in the hands of the former Minnesota Twin and New York Met, Ryan O'Rourke.
Some good hands to leave it in.
Yep. He had one of the greatest seasons in ICL history as a two-way player. His first year with the Blue Sox in 2021, went undefeated on the year and posted a 921 OPS, 900 OPS at the plate. Last couple of years, he's been used mainly as a reliever, but in the same vein as former Blue Sox Manny Del Carmen, a veteran to bring the heat in the final moments of a ball game. O'Rourke is making his 2nd appearance of the playoffs. Got the win against the Americans on August 12th. 2 1/3 innings, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 4 strikeouts. O'Rourke only made 3 appearances in the regular season, none of which were against the Bulldogs, and none of which went more than an inning. So the 2 1/3 he logged to beat the Americans, almost doubling his entire year's innings total.
Now batting, the catcher, Jay Voika.
Coley Schaefer strikes out the side in the top of the 7th to keep this a 2-0 ball game and keep this within arm's reach for the Lexington Bulldogs. It starts with Jay Voika, who struck out swinging in the 2nd and flew out to center in the 4th. A lot of discussions among the Blue Sox infield. Maybe some concern if you're a Blue Sox fan, seeing, I think it was Ramirez or Atiles, maybe coming out to the field a little gingerly for this bottom of the 7th. Not entirely sure. And that hit him! The 3rd hit batsman of the last 2 innings for Blue Sox pitchers.
We don't want the wheels coming off.
Now batting, the right fielder, Mike Siebert.
To say the least. Siebert has been a tough luck last out of 2 innings tonight. After Nordman had doubled with 1 out in the 2nd, he ended that inning by flying out to left. After the Bulldogs had runners at the corners with 1 out in the 4th, runners at the corners to begin that inning, actually, he grounded to a 6-3 double play. Hoping for better results here as a tying run. Shows bunt, pulls back. It's a strike. It is 0-1. Does not show this time, and that is outside for a ball, and it is 1-1. So Bourne, the leadoff man, is in the on-deck circle. Velis behind him. 2-1. Josh Becker went out to the bullpen at the same time as Rhino. If you need to switch it up to a right-handed arm after Bourne, he's going to be your guy. 3-1. I guess the number 10 guy in the order, you cannot just dance around. O'Rourke comes set. Ball 4. A hit batsman and a 5-pitch walk to the number 9 and 10 hitters.
Now batting the extra hitter, Ian Bourne.
So the tying run is now at first. The winning run is at the plate. This could very easily be a sacrifice situation for Bourne. 1 for 3, or he could just give him the green light. Double back in the third. He does square, and that is a ball. It is 1-0. Voigt at second, Siebert at first. 2-0. What has happened to Blue Sox pitching this inning and last? Almost completely losing the strike zone. 3 hit batsmen and a walk in the last 6 batters. At some point, you can't keep trying to hit that corner. You have to go after him.
Yeah.
You have to realize you're not going to get that call, and you have to attack. 3-0. Does he have the green light? Took it, and it's strike 1. Can you run a 2-seamer in on him? Maybe get a double play ball. Popped up! Infield fly is called. Typical Eric Ramirez. Followed that the whole way. Took a little bit of a tumble outside the coach's box. And the infield fly was called. And I mean, once that goes into foul territory, though, with the wind swirling. I don't know. All right. Here's Jaden Velis. Fouls that one off for strike 1.
The wind has definitely been a factor all night.
Oh, yeah. It's been a wild one. Velis, 0 for 2, ground out to third in the first, walked in the third, and hit into that 1-5-3 putout his last time up in the fifth. Still Voigt at second and Siebert at first. Down low for a ball, 1-1. I would not try to go nibbling for the same call that Ryan hadn't been getting against lefties, against a righty here. You just got to come after him. I want to get a ground ball here. Foul tip, 1-2. Because even if you do get Velis, you then have an ICL MVP candidate and Brett Stone waiting in the wings on deck. O'Rourke looks at second and delivers. Got him! 2 down.
Now batting the third baseman, Brett Stone.
What a way to possibly end the game.
How can you not be romantic about baseball? Lefty against lefty. Stoney 1 for 3. Single in the first, strikeout in the third, fly out in the fifth. Take strike one. 0-1 is the count. Just past the 2-hour mark of this one. O'Rourke comes set, comes home. Just high for a ball, and it is 1-1. Voigt at second, Siebert at first. Fouled off. Siebert represents the tying run. Stone represents the winning run. Nothing easy in the postseason. 1-2. O'Rourke comes set, looks at second, comes home with it. Foul tip into the screen. We'll do it again.
You wouldn't want it to be easy in the postseason.
What are you talking about?
That would make it boring. We don't want boring.
I'm a Boston sports fan. I need less stress in my life, not more. 1-2 once again. Here it is. Strike three called and the ball game is over.
Blue Sox win.
The Bulldogs get the first two on a hit batsman and a walk, and then O'Rourke gets a pop-up and a couple of strikeouts, and the inning and the game is over, and the Blue Sox take a 2-0 lead in this best-of-5 ICL Championship Series.
Final score tonight, Lexington Blue Sox 2, Lexington Bulldogs 0. Blue Sox now lead this series 2-0. Game 3 will be tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Thank you all for coming out. Please drive home safely.
The win goes to Matt Draper. The loss goes to Coley Schaefer. The save goes to Ryan O'Rourke. And again, nothing easy come postseason time. The Blue Sox had to earn every single run and hit that their offense got and every single out that their pitching staff got. It was a tight spot the entire ball game, Katrina, but they survived and they're up 2-0. But you can't exhale too much. This is a best of 5. We've seen comebacks from deep in the hole by the Blue Sox and other teams in postseason series before.
We'll wait and see tomorrow.
David Vander Zowen reaches on a fielder's choice that brings home what ends up being the only run the Blue Sox need. And Pat Casserly with an insurance RBI single. The only 2 runs this game coming in the 4th inning. Not an extra base hit to be had to help the Blue Sox cause. The Bulldogs, they made it real interesting the whole way. And there's still time, but how much time left? As this is the 10th anniversary of the 3-day game, the 8th anniversary of the Bulldogs franchise only other appearance in the ICL Championship Series, which they took a vaunted Blue Sox offense to 10 innings before falling 2-1 for the 3-game sweep.
I was just going to show the fans all the party going on the field right now.
There's no party. It's just people talk. It's just the teams talking.
They were jumping up and down and chanting to each other. It was pretty exciting to me.
Anyways, yeah. Do the Bulldogs have another scare left in them? Do they have the dog in them still? Or the Blue Sox ascend once again to the top of the ICL mountain? Find out tomorrow night. Or don't. Doesn't affect us, really. So, with that said, this has been a presentation of LSP, something for everyone since 2011. Copyright 2025, unauthorized redistribution of any portion of this broadcast without the express written permission of the Blue Sox and LSP is strictly prohibited. A reminder that you can support future LSP content by buying shipping shields using the link and codes on the screen or in the description. Sponsor our future content for as little as $25 a ad. Hire us to work your next live event or anything else we can do for you on any given day. Buy some of this fabulous merchandise from the LSP store. Or, of course, if you're down with the sound, Linktree, Facebook, YouTube, PayPal, Creator Spring, LSP37. Again, we'll see you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock first pitch for Game 3 in the Blue Sox and the Bulldogs. Once again, the final score from Morelli Field at Melrose High School in Melrose, Mass. It is the Lexington Blue Sox 2 and the Lexington Bulldogs nothing. And the Blue Sox take a 2-0 lead in the Intercity League Championship Series. For Tim Lynch and all my very rowdy friends here at Morelli, and Katrina Good, of course, my name is Sam Feeler, reminding you forever and always, freelance isn't free. Thanks for tuning in. Fresh for 2025.